Hi traders, it's Chris at thetradingmentors.com. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. It's the first trading week of 2026. We don't expect much to be going on this week with the non-farm payroll on Friday. Don't forget, the whole world is waiting for that data. In the meantime, we can have some little trades here and there. We had a short position an hour or so ago, made 100 pips from this downward move here. So understanding price cycle will give you the edge. So notice here that the price cycle is very high. You do not want to be buying into this area when the price is high. So price cycle high, price goes down. Price cycle low, price goes up. It's the way it works. It's always worked that way. And as we can see, the price of gold is now going up. But there's something wrong with this picture, and I'll explain why. We do have an outside bar on this order block. Now the price is going to go up, but what's likely to happen because of this outside bar, it doesn't like it when it comes outside this channel. It doesn't like it at all. And what tends to happen, it either goes sideways, or it has a correction, or it just goes up from there or down from there. So that's the history. That's how it works on gold on steroids. So as we can see now, the price is moving up into an outside bar, so we're likely to see the price move down into another support line. So how do we manage that, and how do we get into the trade? Where do we enter and where do we exit? So this is my take on it, and so I've posted this into the VIP room. If you're in the VIP members room, you would have had this. And so my take on this is that the price has moved quite high on this buy signal on the 5-minute chart. And this Fibonacci sequence here is highly likely to come into fruition in the next few hours. So as long as it holds on to market structure, that's the key. In other words, you want to see the price moving up and up and up and holding on to market structure, achieving higher highs and higher lows. And that's the important part. Now, as the price comes down into this area, this fib, then we could see the price bounce again up to 44.83. But there are other signals here as well. So we have one signal here at 44.57. We have another target here of 44.88, and then the final target at 45.21. So gold is going to $5,000, maybe even more with all the turbulence that's happening in Venezuela, possibly Colombia, etc. So I've just done the fib extension here. 4509 is the 1618 Fibonacci extension. But these are the targets that the software gives you if you want to use them. So a pullback here is highly likely, and we can measure this by the price cycle on the 5-minute. Of course, you can buy here with all the buys in here. See that there? No problem. Bank a couple of 100 pips if you wish. We can see the price cycle here on the 5-minute. This is relatively high price cycle, so we can actually expect some kind of drift into this area before it goes up. So our entry point is going to be about 44.18. 44.20 might be the number. It may adjust itself accordingly. The entry point at this point is 44.25. So it may come back down into 45.25 in the next few hours. Let's have a look around at the markets and see what's happening. Dollar is quiet, of course, because it's waiting for the data on Friday, and there's also some inflation data as well. And as previously mentioned in the weekly Forex forecast I've done yesterday, dollar is looking pretty flat, but the buyers are in. The buyers are in, and I mentioned this in this format here as well. Price is starting to move up, so it may well start to consider moving higher, but hesitating at the moment. I did send a signal on the euro dollar, And you don't have to wait for my signal. Once you have the charts, we can see we've got a sell power of 75, very, very high, very strong. So we can actually just enter here below the 50 when all the sellers come in. You can enter here when all the sellers come in. You can enter here when all the sellers come in. So plenty of chances to get into the move on any asset that you want to trade. I haven't seen these charts. I'm just looking through, see if there's any opportunities coming up. Doesn't look like there is on the dollar. Euro dollar we're short. I did send signal short. I'm not short, but on the US Swiss I am long. And I did send a signal on this. The buyers came in here. All the buyers came in here, and then all the buyers came in here. So you're just waiting for all the buyers or the sellers to come in. Simples. Swiss yen, I did throw a signal into the VIP signaled room. If you're not in that, it's 50 quid a month. Well worth it. You'll make a lot of money. Trade at your own risk, of course. Educational purposes only, of course. But we can see all the sellers are starting to come in here. Sellers coming in here. Sellers coming in here. Sellers coming in here. So looking okay. Looking pretty good. Let's just have a flick around the yen, shall we? There's not really much going on in terms of the yens. They're pretty much sideways. The Swiss yen looks the best. Canadian yen looks okay, down to 112.62. Pound yen is flat as a pancake, as you can see. Let's have a look at the Swiss pairs. Whenever you see the price moving into mid-range like this, it's non-tradable most of the time. You need to get more information on it, really. I prefer to see the price in supply or in demand. So this demand area here would have been a much better entry point, and then you'd be holding that position along that journey. Euro Swiss looks okay. It's holding on to that demand zone. Failed to go below it several times, so you may find that the Euro Swiss bounces it in the next few hours, but it's really not doing much, and not all the buyers are in yet, so we can wait. We've got a few nice positions on board. Oh, silver, if you're trading silver, beautiful position here. Notice here how the price bounces off this support line, this trend line. Beautiful move. Wait for the price to move above the 50 MA, because what can happen is, all very well saying we should have got in here, would have been nice, wouldn't it? But what can happen, it can do this, bounce off the 50 and do this. So waiting for it to move above the 50 makes sense, and then wait for all the buyers to step in. By the way, the buyers are the institutions, by the way, not the retail traders. Gold, we covered that. Let's have a look at gold actually on the 4-hour chart, where we can see that. That's nice. So yeah, all the buyers stepped in. The price did come down into the 50 here, and then it bounced off that, and it's heading for 45.50 up there, where there's going to be some resistance actually, unless it zooms through it if there's any more troubles going on. Oil is flat. Oil is not sure what to do now with the Venezuela situation. And the FTSE 100 looks good. Congratulations if you traded the FTSE off of demand with a buy power of 93. If you see 93, then just trade it immediately. Do not even hesitate. Get in above the 50 and then wait for the buyers to come in, buyers to come in, buyers to come in, buyers to come in, and you'll make a lot of money. Aussie 200, not doing much. I did have that marked. Let's have a quick look at the Dow Jones. Is starting to make a move. If you had this move here back in November and you've held on to it, then congratulations, it's hit your target at a nice 1,877 points. Thank you very much. Euro Canadian is holding on. It's not doing much at all really, but we can see it's holding on to demand, which is always good. It's a buyer power of 71, which is always good, and we have all the buys in, so it should start to move in the next couple of days. I haven't seen these, so bear with me. I did post this into the VIP room. I did post a signal into this back in November, so if you're still in it, you've been very patient. It didn't quite hit target, did it? But we shall see. Aussie Canadian, I did post this some time ago to 92.36. So it looks like it should be hit in the next couple of hours. Pound New Zealand, sell power 76 but no convergence, so it should move up to 23.450. But I don't blame you if you take the profits out of this one, because it's hit an important point and you've still got 2 times risk to reward, which is the important factor. 2 times risk is what you require. But there's been several trading opportunities. I did throw a signal into the VIP signal room here, so that would have been hit by now. If you got that, to congratulations, another additional 194 pips. And all you're looking for when you see an additional trade move above the 50 here is the price cycle. I know I bang on about this quite a lot, but it really is important to understand where the price is in the price cycle so that you can actually make better informed decisions and more profitable outcomes. So here we can see that the price moved above this. This was the resistance line, this black line. It then became support, and then it goes through it and back up again. Typical of a continuation pattern. But the important factor here is this. See this here? So with positive divergence, not on a demand zone, that was back here sometime, but nonetheless, there was enough momentum with this, and then the buyers came in and the price done this, and you had everything pointing up as well. And you had your target, of course, already set on the chart. Euro New Zealand not doing much. Euro pound not doing much either. Quick look back at gold. Yeah, it looks like it's hesitating at this point. So what you're looking for on the 5-minute chart is for the price to coincide, and we do have negative divergence, so there's likely to be a pullback to 44.25 or thereabouts. Might come in deeper, but then you're waiting for the price to bounce at that point there. All right, so it looks like we could have a good start to the year. We had a fantastic Christmas, funny enough. I don't know really why. Volumes were light, but gold flew, and we made a lot of money. And hopefully that will continue into 2026.